My name's Jason. Came out to Colorado in 2017. Work in the solar industry now as IT support. I stand in front of a computer 8 to 9 hours a day. My accident was like late 2020. It was just a routine mountain biking spill. I wouldn't even really call it a crash, but I've had a cavernous malformation. And what it is, it's like a raspberry cluster, a micro cluster of blood vessels that was in the pons portion of my brain, that when I had this accident, the blood vessels ruptured, and so they started just oozing out blood. Luckily, luckily, what saved my tail is that this blood vessel was on the way back to my heart. It wasn't going out from my heart. So it wasn't just pumping, you know what I mean? 5 days in ICU,
Oh, wow.
one night and degraded on like one floor level, whatever that general care. Lost my gait, all my reptile features, my sight was basically, 50%. I couldn't swallow. And the doctors they said that they've never seen someone in my condition, like, being able to cope with the hemorrhage the way that I did because of the shape that I was in. And like when they told me that, I was like, all right, I'll take that as a compliment. I'm not really happy to be here, but if that's what's keeping me, from, being able to talk to you right now and not in a coma, or I don't know, whatever the, my alternative option would be, but kind of had to learn how to walk again. I ordered a salad when I was in ICU. That was the worst thing ever, like, cause I couldn't swallow. So trying to swallow that was not fun. Had to wear like this kind of like an eye patch essentially just to be able to kind of get my vision right. Yeah, but I was able to rehab back to normal. But what I didn't realize is that I needed to rehab my nervous system and all my muscles that come with it.
Wow.
First found Milo word of mouth from a friend up in Longmont. At that time, my massage therapist was traveling out of the country, and then she just came back and she wasn't feeling well, so it was like 2 months without any treatment, so I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go try this stranger out, Came down here. My first visit was challenging. I think that's one of the biggest things for me to accept, is that my conventional Swedish style of massage therapist is a lot different than what Milo does. But I think that was what I was looking for, and I didn't know it at the time. Gave him a chance for the first time. It was really painful, but come to find out, it was painful in all the areas where you may not even realize you need it to be. So it's physically, it's mentally, it's spiritually. Not so much spiritually painful, but spiritually it's a challenge. Mentally it's not painful, it's a challenge to be able to not only trust someone that you just met, but also surrender to them. No one told me like, hey, your nervous system has been kind of like shaken and now it's hiding, it's dormant, so you're gonna want to kind of ease into your activities, your recreational sports that you have known to love and appreciate. You're going to want to kind of like, take it step by step so that your nervous system can wake up and that your muscles will follow them. Well, I didn't do that. It was a huge life event for me. And so I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So I jumped right back on the mountain bike. I jumped right back out on the ice and I started recreating again. Well, when I did that, my muscles in my nerves went dormant, and I think it's called nerve lock. And so they're protecting my muscles when they do that. I was just knots and achiness and pains and, muscles that feel like guitar strings. When that happened, it in like my normal massage therapist wasn't available. Finding Milo, it was a blessing. Honestly, it was. I don't know if it was meant to be, but whatever it was, I feel like I am the most grateful human being for being able to find Milo, because if not, it was doing the same thing or going to doctors to look at taking pharmaceutical drugs. As I was introduced to Milo, I was also seeing specialists for thoracic spine pain, mid back pain, and they prescribed me basically a drug where it's tailored for antidepressant, but it basically makes your nervous system numb to pain. So I started taking that. What I didn't really notice any effects besides I would wake up like that in the middle of the night and be wide awake. So I could tell like the neurons in my brain were like they were changing, right? Like I was changing how I associated pain and how that registered in my body. So when it happened like 3 nights when I first started taking it, and I'm like, I don't think this is for me. And that was pretty much right when I caught wind of you down here in your practice. So I was like, well, let me put that aside and try Thai massage and see how that goes. So that's what brought me to you. What keeps me coming back is I love our connection. I love our conversations. I learned so much by coming down here and about my body and the things that I need to do to take care of it and help you treat me in the same time.
Yeah.
Milo's wonderful to deal with. He's an amazing person. I'm starting to feel like I'm going to be able to recreate again. I'm getting a lot of good releases. I've seen swelling go down in my hips, my abdomen area, in my elbows. So Milo's been treating me for chronic myofascial pain and also tendinosis of the elbows, which has been really nice. It's a lot of work, a pretty good journey, but it's a journey that I don't have an option. It's either take these drugs, go under the knife and have a surgery, or do a different approach, a more Eastern approach, and wake up the nervous system, work the muscles, feel alive again. I think 2 months now.
2 months, yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like to come more frequently. Lately it's been once a week, and we've been seeing progress. He's been able to work deeper. I've been able to allow him to do it, because when I was first coming here, it was, I was Milo, it hurts. But I mean, if my philosophy with what I'm dealing with, and it may be different than what other people have going on, is that like the pain that I endure, that I feel, I intuitively feel that it's going to take pain to progress from constantly being in pain. There's not a magic pill that's going to help me. I don't think there's going to be a surgery. I mean, how do you treat chronic pain from head to toe with a surgery? Tendinosis, we might be able to treat. I looked into that, saw a specialist. That's 4 to 6 weeks. I'm out. After a surgery, what other problems have you created from that surgery? What surgeries are you going to need after that first one? Trying to stay away from that. And I think the best thing for me right now is treating pain head on with manual work. The work that Milo does isn't just manual, okay? And I think that's important for people to know. When I'm here, I am surrendering myself to Milo, trusting him with all of his past experience and knowledge that he has and what he does. Milo can adjust me. Milo stretches me. Milo has Toxin, which is, to my understanding, it's treatment with vibration.
Yeah.
A lot of different modalities that he's mixing all in with his Eastern Thai approach.
Hilo, where I came from, our ancient healing techniques in the Philippines, which were based on manually working on the tissue by feeling it, the muscles, tendons, ligaments, and the bones, touching it, where exactly you direct the flow of the energy that been clogging up your systems, why you're having so much pain or you're having chronic pain. And so what I do is I guide your body to release that accumulations of either, in science they say, the inflammations, myofascial fascia that build up, tenderness and all this sore, and you touch the muscles, you feel it, and you guide them. If you notice it, that my work is, I don't see a lot of medical terms or telling you you have this and you have that, like something, oh, you have a tendonitis, you have a bursitis, you have an infused nerve. My approach is feeling it, touching it as I go, as I see you come, as you come here. In the beginning, you tell me a lot of my doctors said this to me. I need to do surgery. I did an MRI or scan or whatever. I feel it, and I touch it, and then that's where I base my work. And then seeing you where you are exactly, spiritually and emotionally and physically, like, okay, you are walking. I can. You're walking. You're not disabled. Then I can see your where your postures are and your alignments and like that. And so I do evaluations in the beginning, and so that's where I base my therapy, is guiding your the whole from head to toe, instead of oh, I have this. My doctor told me I need to surgery on my elbow or my my tricep and all that stuff, that I have a tricep tendonitis or whatever, that I have infused nerves, things like that. I can help with you feeling it and see we can direct that to release it.
That's a good point, Milo. I mean, when I was getting evaluated for my specialist, they don't touch you. They don't feel the area.
Yeah.
What they're going off of is based on what I'm telling them from what I'm feeling, and then they're looking at imaging. They're looking at an MRI or an X-ray. But Milo's approach is like, oh, you're complaining about this? Well, let me feel it. Let me see if I can allow the energy to flow through that area now. And I'm glad you said energy, because it's what I didn't realize is that when I'm surrendering myself to Milo, I need to be open so that I can allow the energy to flow from head to toe, from heart to fingertips and through my stomach. I think it was Milo that actually told me that in Chinese medicine, our stomach is our second brain.
Yeah.
One of the first things that Milo found was, when he started working on me, is that my stomach was like a rock. He couldn't get anywhere. Opening that up, releasing the myofascia there, releasing the nerves in the stomach. And when I say releasing nerves, like I'm leaving Milo's sessions in 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later. The areas that he's working they're my muscles, my nerves are firing.
Yeah.
They're waking up finally, and that's how I know. I'm like, okay, I'm onto something. Milo is onto something. We're doing something here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you got to be open to the treatment and allow him to work and get that energy flowing again, because that's the foundation of your practice, I believe.
Yeah. When I introduced you the abdominal massage, you have no idea, because in the West, they don't, even in the massage industry in the West, they don't work on the belly or the abdomen. And you have no idea what I do. And then when I started working on you, describe the pain, the sensations, and you don't know what to do. Like with my work, like I cannot even explain to you what I do, because you will like really in pain.
Right. So I think you identified that not only is the stomach tight, but the organs are also wrapped up in this just ball of tight tissue. It really takes deep tissue massage therapy to work that tissue free, to allow those organs to breathe again. To be able to do that, Milo is standing on me. He's applying pressure, I think, where most people would think it's too much. The whole time that he's doing this, he's coaching me along the way. He's talking to me. He's telling me where my breathing should be, so it will allow him to work at the depths that he wants to. What I'm experiencing during that, I mean, it feels like an elephant is sitting on you. It's not life threatening. It's just the work that needs to be done to open up the tissue, the muscles, the nerves, to create space for the organs again.
Yeah. Today, what do you want to work on? I know we work on your elbow, your shoulder, and your belly, and most of it, the whole.
Well, last session was a little bit of a head to toe appointment. So with that being said, I guess this is one of the things I love about working with Milo, is that like he will listen to you. If you come in and say, well, this is what happened after my last session, he'll know that he needs to go back to that area, or if he does, how he wants to work it, or if maybe he needs to stay away from it and target a different area so energy can flow through the area that he previous worked.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we did a lot of the vibration work on the rhomboids in the hips. Hips are doing well,
yeah.
But I feel like I still have some trapped energy in the rhomboids. And so I was wondering if we could do shoulders.
Shoulder? Okay, let's do it then.